friends, I'm DDK and this is episode 10 of the CSGO Pro Plays. Woohoo! This time we have another V-play on Inferno. This is an excellent round from DreamHack Summer, from NiP again. They lose the pistol round against Titan, and then they play a counter anti-eco strat, which is really cool. So let's break it down. So the situation is that there was no plant on the pistol round, as well as them losing it. So usually teams just go pistol armor because you have to, double eco anyway, so it has no downside. And we're going to see that this round from NiP, but they're going to put a bit more of an elaborate twist. We see 3 CZs, 1 P250, a Glock, 3 smokes, a Molotov, and whatever flashes they could scrap together afterwards. So Fiflerin is going to do the job of providing some presence on mid and denying some information. And this is the trend with all these fast strats. And the reason is because it delays rotation and keeps the CTs in the dark as long as possible, increasing the chances for their rush to actually work. After that, his job is basically done. He just simply has to rush in with the rest of his teammates, trying to abuse his CZ. So moving on to Freiburg, again like the last video, not having any smokes makes him expendable as those are necessary for the rush. This means he's the first man to peek and push Banana. They make a small mistake though as he's carrying the bomb, and this is a huge tell to the CTs as to what they are actually doing. It would be preferable, I think, in this case to put it on Fiflerin. So now there are 2 smokes left on Forest and on Exist. Exist's role is quite simple here too. He just lets Freiburg go first and do his thing. He smokes off CT spawn and he pop flashes Freiburg into the site, hopefully making his entry fragging a little easier. Forrest, on the other hand, he's got probably the most complicated role here, which is by and large fairly simple too. He just has to know the Molotov and smoke angles. The smoke is for coils and the Molotov is for new boxes. Now of course this is pretty cool because, as we can see on the overview here, they cut off CD spawn, they cut off coils, and they just bum rush the site with their pistols. It is a very simple strategy, but as you can see it's actually quite effective, and I think something that pretty much any team can pull off with very limited rehearsal. So like I said at the start, the situation was a lost pistol round with no bomb plant, and this is really the key factor here because usually you're faced with a situation as a terrorist team that you have to double eco, so there is actually way more upsides to just buying pistol armor because you've got $1,500 usually, so if you didn't make any frags or anything like that, so you might as well go for it. And if you add in some grenades like this, you can really jack up the efficacy of a strategy, and we see a lot of teams resorting to plays like this, but we don't see a huge amount of strategies quite like the one in this episode, which will just have a little bit more organization and coordination and rehearsal. And I'm really curious to see if there's anyone out there who's watching this video who with their team does something similar, because I'm thinking of doing a community edition of the CSGO Pro Plays. So if you guys think you have some really cool strats and you want to send it in and for me to break down and show to the world, then hit me up. And for everyone else out there, I urge you to try strategies like this. Again, there's so many upsides to it. Early on in the game, you can really upset the economy of the CT side. You perform really well with grenades and pistols and armor against things like the FAMASs and the SMGs and so on. It performs so well, and to do so, you really flip the match on its head, and disrupting the economy of the CT side is really important to do as much as possible to keep them on their toes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I really look forward to your feedback. So thanks for watching, subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you next time.